To wrap this up, let's take a look at how we can create the buttons. The round button here is angled, so we have to create first a rotated sketch that extrudes right with that same orientation. The other buttons, they're all like projection top down. The only interesting thing about those is from here we can see they are slightly arced, and I will show you how to do this. Okay, so let's start with the cylindrical button. I will create a sketch from the side, and then I will draw a line. I will also here turn grid snap off. So when I now move these points, I can adjust this as good as possible there, and then I move this a little bit away. Stop sketch. The reason why I did this is I need this line so I can now put a construction plane at an angle along this line. You see now that that construction plane is rotated. Perfect. Then a new sketch onto there. Let's go to the top view, put snap to grid back on, and there's my circle. Go to here, snap to the center, and then I snap simply visually to the width. Dimension this one with D. Oh, looks like 7 millimeters. Very good. Okay, that's very nice. With this done, what I can do now is, you see I have all sketches visible. I can now drag this one down to there. And you see actually the circle sketch moved with it. And if I now click on the center of there, I might be able to position this a little bit. So let's go to the top view. Yeah, that's fine. Good. Then let's turn this off, turn this on, go create, extrude, select this, and join. There's our first button. We simply join it with the main body, so we just work later only in one object instead of doing this proper with all the individual objects. Because we're right now just simply learning how to use the tools to create certain designs. So that was pretty easy. Let's go to the top view again, and I'm a little bit bothered by how terrible actually this mesh is, so we have to move this a tick. There, this is the mesh import. We could say modify move. Can we move this object? Bodies, this mesh body, the move command only. Yeah, that's fine. And let's try to see, we just drag this down a notch. Yeah, it was just a tiny bit off. Okay, very good. So let's turn this back off. Now we want to create the stuff for the individual buttons. So here again, this question is, do we do box sketches, extrude boxes, and then round the edges, which is what I would do to the model, or do we do a sketch that has already the corners filleted, which I would not suggest to do. Simply again, because then via the basic square boxes, it's very easy to block out the buttons, and then via the fillet command for modeling, we can round everything all at once. Boom, done. To do this, we want to create an offset plane first that actually will be above the object. Here we built this a little bit bigger, that's fine. Okay. then new sketch onto there. Very good. And then I will select the rectangle dot and snap to grid is turned off. There, very good. You will see that I only will work actually on one side for most of these buttons. There, okay. Very nice. Oh, I didn't click. There, click. And here these are centered, so I will switch to the center rectangle. In this case now, snap to grid is fine. So I can at least start drawing this centered there, and then here try this and try that. Very good. Very nice. I will hide this for the moment. A few things I would like to do here again, like what we did via with the text. I will make all these edges here the horizontally constrained, so they actually have the same position and size. And then also I could add dimensions to everything. Since we're more sculpting, equal, I make this and this is equal. I think this one and that one is equal. That one and this one is equal. Yeah. Very good. And this one is different than those. I think, yeah, these are a little bit wider. Very good. Okay, that looks pretty sufficient. Nearly this and this is lined up. This and this is lined up because these edges are there. Also here and here, here and here, horizontal constraint. And there we are. So the last thing to do with the equal stuff again is this and this is the same and that is the same. And that actually takes care of the other edges too. We don't have to do those since they're modeled being symmetrical from the center. We will not trim actually these blue lines. I don't need that. At this point now, stop sketch. We have most of the stuff we need. I will take a look at this again. Then I will go to extrude 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see it joins it together. And there. And extrude inwards and join. Delicious. So we have one half. How do we get the other stuff over? So the way how I did everything with one extrusion command doesn't really work well. So right click, edit feature, and then I will, for example, just select this one. Okay, then I go extrude again, and now I select those. Okay, push this in. Okay, and right click, edit feature, and on now I see I can select these additional faces or deselect them. So all those buttons that are on one side have to go over to the other side. We can mirror them over, but I will do that at the end. First, we want to round everything. So now we'll select all these edges careful that you only select the correct edges, and I'm pretty much sure they all have the same proportion. Let's start rounding this stuff. Let's take a look. Yep. I guess so. So to add more edges on the Mac, it's holding the Command key. On the Windows, I think it's probably the Control key. And then we just simply add more edges to the fillet command selection. There, 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 there. And there we are. Release the Apple key. Mod Fusion. Multiple selections. Okay. In case this happens, say bye-bye, and we just restart. I'm not sure what the problem was. Sometimes the program is cranky. Maybe I selected one edge and I didn't see that. Never mind, sorry. Forget actually the fillet stuff. I realized that, well, that doesn't work. Because we would have to redo the same when we bring actually these buttons over. So before we do the filleting, let's move actually the buttons over. Sorry for the hiccup. Go to Create and Mirror. Go then Features. And you see here, this is actually a selectable feature. Selected all those extrusions. Nice. Select this plane and click OK. There they are, all brought over. Very good. So let's go to this view and go to select fillet. And then we drag a very fine line. Nope, this way. Yeah, it was that way. So from the right to the left, but please not that circular outline. Okay, and then we can start filleting everything. Be careful of how fast you move the mouse. This is actually a pretty complicated task, and there we see already the software is complaining a little bit, and it's because of these buttons there. You see the line of the fillet ends is getting very close. That's fine. Very good. Click OK. Takes a moment to calculate. So you see how I logically tried to structure everything. We did the extrusions, separated it, mirrored it over, and then it's all joined together. And then we just quickly select all the edges and then fillet them. Okay, so let's hide this. Take a look at how the stuff is. So all the buttons are arced the way they're cut, besides actually that one. We will actually deal with that in class. So to cut, however, the others, this is actually pretty simple. They all follow this arc. And that arc is pretty much the same profile we have of the way how this surface is bent. So I would like to create myself a sketch of that surface being nicely, how could I say that? Make a sketch that creates a cut section of this blue surface. To do this, let's turn origin on and construction plane. This one to roughly here. Okay, very nice. That's good. I will do this one more time from here just till there. You will later see why. Then I will create a sketch on this first construction plane. Then I go sketch, intersect, click on this upper surface. You see there's that arc I want to, or curve I want to sample. This one I would like to offset. So I press O. Offset this one exactly as much as these buttons are high. Yeah, so it looks like 1.1 millimeter, something like that. Click OK, and then I will create another offset. Just make this sufficiently bigger. And via the line command, by the way, I pressed L to draw that line tool. I will cap actually the sides. So left and right, this is all closed. Very good. Stop sketch. Show this one, show the sketch. And the main reason for doing it this way is now I can go to extrude, select this shape, and extrude over my whole body and cut off all the buttons. Perfect. So I created another sketch here, or a sketch plane, because the idea was I could create another sketch and then project this over, do an extrusion. So this is sketch plane is one command, make another sketch, two commands, and then extruding it, three commands. Yeah, that seems to be okay. So I go now to sketch, select this plane, press P to project, and then I project this arc, this line, and this line in. See, there it is. Okay. Stop sketch, create, click on the extrude command, drag this over, cut this, and there we are. Very good. And there we actually have a pretty close representation of the Roku remote, including a neatly designed interface for the buttons, so they're not like horizontally extruded, but follow actually this arced surface. And then in class, we will finish this center button. Actually, scratch that. I just realized that we can easily finish this one now. One detail we will skip. Let's see if this is easy to show. You kind of like can see here how this surface around the Roku dial is slightly dipped down. So we have to create a secondary surface again and then do a patch. And then these buttons, they're actually domed from there and from there, kind of like a sphere. So we just create a revolve object. So let's work actually on the buttons first, and then we look into how we can sink the remote surface down. So let's go to here, and I will turn my sketches back on. Very good. Nice. So I would like to create first this detail that the buttons are kind of like spherical, pushed inwards. So at this point from here, there's an axis later, and we have to create the profile of an ellipse that then we will revolve through these buttons, or that dial thing. So to do this, we'll turn this on, Let's see all the sketches we have. We have actually this sketch here, but that was created later, so that's not really good to use. And there is that sketch, so we will work after there. Let's make a new sketch on this plane, and I will project via pressing P this point into that sketch. And the main reason is now I have the center point. So with that done, all I need to do is draw a line down, click OK, draw maybe a line up, click OK, and then I need the arc command. Arc 3-point from there to there. Let's arc this a little bit. And I want the way how the arc ends here to be tangent to the right side. So the arc goes symmetrically up. One way to do this is I draw here a horizontal line and then use the tangent command. Arc tangent to this line. Perfect. That's very often the easiest way, and the only step left now is press escape, figuring out the amount how this is actually arced. I would say like this. Okay, so the midpoint I moved up, eyeballed this, and I moved this endpoint up. Let's make this a closed shape by adding a line, stop sketch, show this, then we can go create, revolve this. Nope, I said this, revolve around this axis, cut it, and whoa, we have some leftovers. So the sketch I created was not good. Delete this line. I went back to editing the sketch. So here I just make a faux shape like this, stop sketch, and there everything got updated. Which actually shows us that this is indeed lower. So select a point, press M, move this down a little bit, select this point, move this maybe up. Maybe we have to do this in the sketch command. Yeah, sometimes the sketching, dragging doesn't work really well. So what we can do is here, this point, press D, and then I try to have a horizontal dimension. So I go really to the left, and let's say 1.5 millimeters. And there, this one maybe 14. So 15, 16, and 1.2 sketch. This will might take a second. Come on, please don't crash. Don't crash. And yeah, Fusion crashed. Crashed, exiting a sketch. Awesome. And so Wendy on the west side gets an email. Okay, because this crashed, yeah, let's do this in class. I'm done for today.